Thank you. Thank you for letting us all get in on this. Number one, I want to put the industry on notice, like I have every time I've spoken about anything I'm interested in. We should not have to be here nudging a healthcare industry with all the proposals that are out here. I've wrestled with them over the last 10 years, and believe me, it's like pulling teeth. I hope that this is just a start. I'm going to be voting for several of the Democratic amendments, especially if there's any Republican that's not out there loud and clear that pre-existing conditions absolutely have to be covered, along with no cap on coverage. We're never going to win the argument. In my own business, and I'm going to get to the amendment, and I'm going to show you how an entrepreneur will get this all done in 5 minutes, and hopefully convince you to go along with it. If you do not create skin in the game, and go to what Senator Paul said, we've got an atrophied healthcare consumer. Regardless of what employees say about employer-provided insurance, there is very little incentive for them to look for a market. And until we can do it, for those that are concerned about the cost of Medicare and Medicaid, we've got to try to change the dynamic of getting people engaged in their own well-being and being willing on everything they do to pick up the phone or get on the web and find out what the best quality and the best service is. If you have the nerve to do it, which nobody in the employer arena really has done it, the industry is going to drag its feet all along the way, good things can happen. I've not had a premium increase now going into the 10th year. When the Tax Reform Act went through, I lowered family health care plans by $1,400 a year, along with doing other things on a totally different topic of investing in my employees. We can fix this. If we just try to mandate it from the top down and we don't get the individual involved that uses it, it's not going to go anywhere. And all I can tell you is we are going to be thwarted all along the way by insurance companies, big pharma, hospital chains that evolved not in the free enterprise arena. And that's why I disagree a little bit with Senator Paul that we are going to have to use a stick and do some mandates and then hope they get with it in terms of participating like most other businesses do. I've got one amendment I'm going to ask for a vote on, and it involves, well, it's in the main bill, and this is, and there's going to be maybe another amendment on it, but this is to allow states to move ahead on their own without any additional federal action when it comes to compiling information. Standardized reporting, having a claims database that we all can pull from is important. It's one early step on trying to get transparency and information out there. This approach is something that was offered as a solution to the APCD reporting burden problem by the Supreme Court, and it would create a uniform reporting framework without creating costly conflicts with the Employment Retirement Income Security, ERISA. The Department of Labor clearly has the legal authority to move ahead with this approach without amending ERISA, and this approach would save the federal government close to $200 million in federal funds. It would also save us from spending this money to accomplish something that was and is already happening at the state level, in some states having great success with it. We'd also like to be spared the headaches associated with a federal undertaking like that contemplated in language of Section 303 of the bill. Hospital rates in Indiana are skyrocketing. They're skyrocketing across the board. This is one way to compile information that I would hope would be harmless, again, starts to prime the pump. And using part of the rest of my 50 seconds, again, I challenge the industry to get with it, because employers, who everyone thinks is happy with handling insurance, we're not. I was the rare CEO that took it on, took the risk, actually lost a few employees in the process because they were so used to a paternalistic delivery of health care. But if we get employees engaged in their own well-being, or people that rely on Medicare and Medicaid, that's one end of the equation. I do not think we can quickly enough legislate the industry into performance that we would all respect. That's why I say, industry, take notice. You've got everybody on both sides of the aisle upset with your product. Thank you.